Vivek Ramaswamy and Elon Musk have been selected for D.O.G.E, Department of Government Efficiency, which hopefully will completely clear out the government, make everything better again, clear out the wasters in the government, wasting the government money, wasting the taxpayers' money. This one should be legendary. Drop a comment down below. Let me know your thoughts. Subscribe to my Patreon as well, and let's go.
All right, President-elect Trump continues to make key appointments for his next administration. Now, yesterday he announced that Vivek Ramaswamy and Elon Musk would lead the new Department of Government Efficiency. Earlier today,
Vivek Ramaswamy said that he was going to get rid of the CIA, the NSA, the NBA. He was going to get rid of everything, guys.
Vivek took to Twitter saying in part, quote, "If we're ever going to crush the bureaucracy, it's going to happen from the outside. Just the hard truth." And today, the department's X account was launched with a tweet saying, quote, "Working overtime to ensure that your tax dollars will be spent wisely."
That is fire. I mean, how can you not be for this? This is legendary.
Vivek Ramaswamy joins us now. All right, so
come on.
You're partnering with the smartest guy in the country. There's no doubt about it. And the richest guy. But you look at Elon Musk, and he's a genius. If you can figure out a way to go save those astronauts that are lost in space, God bless you. I could never figure that out in 500 lifetimes. So I admire that. He's talking about $2 billion in cuts by identifying waste, fraud, and abuse.
I think they'd actually be talking about 2 trillion. 2 trillion, guys, because 2 billion is nothing. 2 trillion is actually clear the deficit. And I'm pretty sure the only other person who cleared the deficit was Bill Clinton, who balanced the books because he sued all the cigarette companies. One of the only people to actually do that. And now we're going to have Elon Musk and Vivek Ramaswamy actually clearing house and balancing the books. It's going to be unbelievable, guys.
Is that a realistic number? That's a big number.
Yeah, 2 billion isn't a big number, but 2 trillion is, Sean, and that's what we're looking at here. Look,
2 trillion. I stand corrected.
No, I want to be very clear about the scale. I want to be very clear about the scale that we're thinking here. We're not thinking small. We're playing big here because we have a once-in-a-generation mandate right now. The American people have voted for drastic reform of the government, and our federal government is broken. It's no secret that it is a fourth branch of government, the administrative state that makes most of the rules, that creates a federal bureaucracy that's hampering our economy. So what do we want to do? We want to go in and slash and burn that bureaucracy to help Americans, stimulate the economy. And
I love that. You can't be against that. Remember when Elon Musk brought in to Twitter headquarters a flipping sink? He said, let that sink in. He cleared out everybody. He fired everyone from the Twitter HQ in Dublin, just down the road from me. He fired everyone, guys. And there was like 100 people left. It was unbelievable.
Restore self-governance again, Sean. The people we elect to run the government, they're not even the ones who run the government anymore. It's these unelected bureaucrats. Republican politicians have talked.
NGOs, same in Irish society. A lot of people don't understand. Anything that happens in America is very, very similar to anything that happens in Ireland. We're in a Western society, guys. Let's get flipping clued in a little bit, you know?
About fixing this for a long time, not with a lot of progress. So I do think it's going to take a couple of outsiders. Elon and I have built a great friendship over the last year. We're working together intensely, and we're not going to stop till we get the job done.
Let's go.
When Ronald Reagan became president, on the issue of defense, he called it a gap of vulnerability. China, Russia, they have hypersonic missile technology. We do not. We're going to have to spend a lot of money on defense to catch up and to surpass our enemies. Social Security, Medicare are headed towards insolvency. We'll have to spend money there. To me, that money is going to be made up through energy dominance. That's where I think our greatest opportunity is. Your thoughts?
Look, part of what's holding back energy dominance in this country is that administrative state. Look at the regulations coming out of the Department of Interior, the slow permitting requirements, how hard it is to open a new refinery. So I think that is the root cause of our failure as a country, is this unelected fourth branch of government. And I think they look at elected officials as these cute little puppets that come and go every little while. Not anymore. There's a new sheriff in town. Donald Trump's the president. He has mandated us for radical, drastic reform of this federal bureaucracy.
They need a clean house, guys, because the amount of craziness that's going on in the American government, there's trillions of dollars going missing, $20 billion going missing, $60 billion unaccounted for. I mean, where's all this money going? I mean, it's unbelievable, guys. There needs to be some sort of accountability. In Ireland, we have the same problem. We recently had a bike shed. that cost $350,000. Nobody to this day, it's been about 6 months, nobody to this day knows who paid off the bike shed, who signed off on the bike shed, who paid the money out. This is all taxpayer money going to who God knows who. It's unbelievable. You know, probably some red tape and some other stuff. Nobody will ever know who paid off on that bike shed. It's unbelievable.
With the learnings of that first term. And you look, Elon and I mean, Elon's solving major problems of physics. I came from the world of biology. What we're solving here now is not a natural problem. This is a man-made problem. And when you have a man-made problem, you better darn well have a man-made solution. That's what we're bringing to the table. We're assembling the brightest minds in the country.
Come on.
This is the equivalent of a modern Manhattan Project to take on, I think, the major problem holding our country back. It's the federal bureaucracy.
I love it, guys. And we have massive bureaucracy in Irish government as well. Someone needs to go in there, clean house, find out who's paying off on what. They're doing such illegal things you wouldn't even know, guys. Someone paid off the $350,000 in the dole. Nobody even knows who paid it off. Nobody knows who the accountants are. Nobody knows who signed off on anything. It's this whole shh, hush, hush craziness, guys. Same thing has to happen in Ireland, in the Irish government.
Target that cost, save the money, restore self-governance. And Sean, I think we did something pretty novel here, if I may say so. If I just want to say is this Department of Government Efficiency, it is built with an end date. We want to be done by July 4th, 2026. So for the first time in history, creating a department, creating a new government project that is designed to end when its work is complete. That's on the 250th anniversary of America's Declaration of Independence. And that's the gift we want to give this country.
That is unbelievable, guys. They're going to end it on the 20th. Man, America's fire. Bro, I'm going to be honest with you. The last few years, like, even the first term of Trump, it felt like he didn't really do much. There was a lot of animosity. It was vitriol. It was awfulness. Now with, Obama, you have Joe Biden, Trump, it was okay. But now it truly feels like America's back. It feels like America's actually an amazing country again. Beforehand, it was whack, bro. The government, everyone inside the government, DEI and all these crazy things, it was just ridiculous.
On that birthday.
Well, I hope Congress adopts your recommendations. They did not do so in the Reagan years with the Grace Commission. What are the first things you're going to look at?
Look, we got a long list, and a lot of this is to stay tuned for what's coming on January 20th, because some of this we do want to come as in a big way swinging on day one. But I'll give you some examples, Sean. Most federal employees right now, most Americans don't recognize this, they don't even show up to work. So if you tell people you have to affirm that you want a job, that you have to show up to work 5 days a week, how many of those employees are going to quit right out the gate? That's a question we should ask. Those are the kinds of inefficiencies, low-hanging fruit, that Democrats and Republicans or black or white Americans alike can agree on. We should not be wasting that kind of money as a federal government.
Very true. And so very true. You want to show who actually wants to help the country, guys. If you're sitting at home doing nothing, I mean, that's okay if you work in a sales role. Like I was working these sales jobs, ringing people up from your bedroom. But that doesn't work, guys, if you're trying to run a country. Like, this is massive, massive amounts of work that needs to be put in together as people. How can you do that over a laptop? It's inefficient, guys. You need to be in person, talk to people. How can we fix the country?
Since tackling this kind of waste, fraud, abuse, bureaucratic bloat, we're going for the stuff that's basic common sense that most Americans actually agree on. Right. And I hope we're going to actually be able to help unite the country by eliminating waste, which is something that all Americans, regardless of partisan affiliation, can get behind. And that's how Elon and I are thinking about it.
I have less than a minute, but I think part of it has to be baseline budgeting, eliminate the built-in increases every year that we have for every department. I think getting rid of the Department of Education, giving that money directly to states, or maybe adopting something like the penny plan. Maybe it's the nickel plan, where you cut, a nickel out of every dollar every year for 5 years. You balance the budget, which has not been done since Newt Gingrich was the Speaker of the House. You have about 30 seconds.
Yeah, so he said, like, the balancing of the books, that's what they're trying to do with $2 trillion. They're trying to balance the books, guys. That's since Bill Clinton sued all the cigarette companies. And then he balanced the books kind of evenly. So, amazing, guys. And they're going to do that. They will get it done, for sure. If anyone can get it done, Elon Musk, Vivek Ramaswamy, these guys are amazing. Most intelligent people in America. Very smart thinkers. Very good speakers. Unbelievable. Vivek Ramaswamy is almost like a robot, just coming in just to annihilate bureaucracy.
Nickel out of every dollar every year for 5 years. You balance the budget, which has not been done since Newt Gingrich was the Speaker of the House. You have about 30 seconds.
Well, funny enough, Sean, actually much of our spending is even for programs whose authorization has lapsed. So the authorization to spend the money, the appropriation has lapsed, and yet still the money still goes out the door.
Oh.
That's how broken the bureaucracy is. So I think it's going to take a couple of business guys to come in, do this from the outside. We're going to have fun while we're at it. It's going to be the most transparent effort. We're certainly aiming to make this a transparent process so the American people can see how their money's being wasted. So we're all in it on the same team to fix it. I can't wait for Donald Trump to get back in that White House on January 20th. He's given us a broad mandate with his full support to get this done. I'm grateful to him for that. And Elon and I are pretty excited to get started. So we'll see for what we have a few surprises in store for January.
That's going to be legendary. And he's not giving away any secrets because he doesn't want to get people worried, but there's a lot of people that are going to clean house. RFK, Make America Healthy Again. He's going to have massive mandates to get these poisons and disgusting, yellow 5, red 40 out of foods, make people healthy, stop all these cancer-causing products. It's going to be amazing, guys. Like, comment, subscribe. Comment down below. Buy a t-shirt from me, guys. Go check out my merch. Check out my Patreon. I love you all. I'll see you guys in the next one, man. Peace.